Hey there folks, in this video we're going to be solving an interesting if-then question where we need to use this x plus 1 over x equals 4 to evaluate this strange expression. But before we do that, consider subscribing and ring the bell to not miss my latest videos. So the very first thing that we need to do is to solve this equation, this given equation for x. And we can solve this either by completing the square or by multiplying both sides by x. So I'm going to choose the second one, and I'm going to multiply both sides by x. So if you do that, we're going to have x squared plus 1 equals 4x. Next, I'm going to go ahead and move the 4x to the left-hand side to have everything on the same side. So we're going to have x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. Next, we can go ahead and use the quadratic formula to solve for x. So if you do that, we're going to have x equals 4 plus or minus square root of 12 divided by 2. Now notice that square root of 12 is equal to square root of 4 times 3, which equals square root of 4 times square root of 3, which equals 2 times square root 3. Therefore, x equals 4 plus or minus 2 times root 3 divided by 2, which means that we can simplify this simply by dividing both the top and the bottom by 2. So we're going to have x equals 2 plus or minus root 3. Now notice that we are given that x is less than 2. Therefore, we need to check the solutions. If x equals 2 plus root 3, it is obvious that this value is greater than 2, therefore this is not a valid solution. But if x equals 2 minus root 3, then it is obviously less than 2, which means that this is a valid solution. So x is equal to 2 minus root 3, and now we need to use the value of x in order to evaluate this expression. But I'm not going to go ahead and raise both sides to the power of 5 or to the power of 3 in order to find x to the 5th or x to the 3rd. What I'm going to do is something completely different. So we know that x equals 2 minus root 3. Therefore, I can flip both sides and say that 1 over x equals 1 over 2 minus root 3. Next, I can go ahead and rationalize the denominator of the right-hand side by multiplying both the top and the bottom by 2 plus root 3, which means that I'm going to have 1 over x equals 2 plus root 3 divided by 2 plus root 3 times 2 minus root 3, which is a product of two conjugates, which means that based on the difference of two squares, it is equal to 4 minus 3. So I can say that 1 over x equals 2 plus root 3. So let's keep this in our mind. Now notice that we know that 1 over x is 2 plus root 3. So I can go ahead and square both sides. And if I do so, I'm going to have 1 over x squared equals 4 plus 3 plus 4 times root 3, which means that 1 over x squared is going to equal 7 plus 4 times square root of 3. Great. Now remember that we wanted to evaluate x to the power of 5 minus x cubed divided by 7 plus 4 times root 3 plus x over 2 plus root 3 minus x squared plus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and use this equation to replace this with 1 over x and use this equation to replace this with 1 over x squared. So based on that, I can say that this is equal to x to the power of 5 minus x cubed times x squared, which is x to the power of 5, plus x times x, which is x squared, minus x squared plus 1, which equals 1, because this cancels this, and this cancels this, and we will be left with 1. So this expression is equal to 1, and this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider subscribing for more contents like this. And if you enjoyed watching this, click like and leave a comment. Hopefully I will see you later. Goodbye for now.